out to Mooresville, North Carolina. A couple days ago, got hit up on social media by Mr. Keith Mcgee, who is a race car driver in the truck series for NASCAR. He's going to be racing at Phoenix Raceway in a couple days, but he was looking for a sponsor, and he saw our recovery of the 98 hauler and reached out. And he said yes. Talked to Keith. We got everything all set up. Decided to come out to fly out to North Carolina from Phoenix so we can see the vehicle get wrapped.
We're gonna race some go-karts with Keith. Keith's probably gonna be put into the wall by yours truly. If there is a wall to put him into. Keith might disagree. But,
yeah. We'll see though.
yeah, you stand by. Stay tuned because it might get a little western in North Carolina.
We are going to take you guys with us
On an airplane right now.
and show you
I'm
I guess,
literally getting my oversized parking ticket.
our experience sponsoring number 33 Keith Mcgee Murphy's Diesel race truck.
All right, so Murphy's Diesel Wife Edition. Nikki and Stacy. Stacy is the wife of Gabe. We are handling William's trunk or treat while Gabe and Wrecker Rick are out of town. And they are out getting the NASCAR truck for the NASCAR race that we are sponsoring for number 33 next Friday, November 4th. They're in North Carolina watching that truck get wrapped and visiting with Keith Mcgee, the driver of the number 33. And Stacy and I had some responsibilities to hold down here. So we are at Williams, Arizona Trunk or Treat with HELLBOY for all the kids to come out. Stay tuned.
It smells like weed.
Yeah,
Smell like purple sticky punch.
smells like the devil's lettuce over here in Charlotte. So, anyways, my wife rented a car. They sold it while she was using it.
They didn't just rent it to somebody else. They literally sold the car.
They sold it and said she needs to bring it back because they sold it.
We got a hell of a deal on this car, so we're gonna need you to bring that back. We're gonna put you in something real nice, you know, like a Kia Fit or something.
Now go straight, back to the wall. Lift to where it's...
My car need to be reset. Am I taking on too much damage?
Oh, you've got horrible damage. NASCAR with a black flag about now.
I mean, it feels like it's going slow. It's going slow.
It is. I mean, even though when it doesn't have damage, you're going pretty slow.
It's on the full road.
That's funny.
How's it going, you guys? I'm NASCAR driver Keith Mcgee. We're here in Mooresville, North Carolina at Rowdy Brothers Racing. Inside, we've got the Murphy's Towing and Murphy's Diesel number 33 Chevy Silverado NASCAR truck. Let's go inside, check out the shop, and see the truck first time. Let's go. All right, you guys, come with me. Let's check this truck out. Let's go. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Oh, I'm adding my grandfather's name to the truck above mine. His name's Larry Underkoffer. He was a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. He passed away before I ever started racing. So I'm gonna honor him this weekend and run his name above mine. All right, you guys, so here's the truck. Looks amazing. So we've got the American flag on the truck. One thing, I'm a veteran, served 8 years in the US Air Force, and everybody at Murphy's Diesel, patriotic. So it just goes together. The week after the race is Veterans Day, so I always like to do something patriotic just to give thanks to everybody that served this country. On the truck, you'll notice I always run a little bit of pink. My mom's a breast cancer survivor, so I always like to honor my mom and run a little bit of pink. I always keep my kids' names in the truck with me so they can ride with me. We have my grandfather's name up here, Lieutenant Colonel Larry Underkoffer. Served in the United States Air Force. He passed away before I started racing, so he never got to see me race. So this weekend I'm gonna honor him and take him for a ride around Phoenix. Really excited, looking forward to this. Should be a good race, ton of fun. I love Phoenix, and it's always a good time out there. All right, so let's check out the shop. As you see, we've got trucks, cars. We've got an ARCA car over here. We've got this truck here we just ran at Homestead in Miami. Over here, we've got the number 43 truck. Christopher Hacker will be driving this truck in Phoenix. It's sitting on our service plate. This is where he set the truck up to make sure everything's dialed in as far as ride heights, weights. So when we get to the track, we don't got to mess with it. So this right here is a really important piece of equipment. It's the most level place in the shop. So everything gets done on the surface plate here. All right, so this is the fab shop. This is where we bring the trucks after we've had a wreck, and we cut the fenders off and cut the clips off if we need to. When the trucks come back, we also do a lot of the body work here as well. This truck here was wrecked in Bristol here a couple months ago. The team owner, Josh, actually suffered a brain injury in this race. He's doing a little bit better now, but he's definitely got some recovering to do. So this is kind of where the behind the scenes of everything happens, where we make the trucks fit the mold so that we can do what we do. So this is our pull down rig. We put the trucks on here and we simulate the track conditions, whether it's the angle and the banking on the track, the G-forces, and the typical downforce on the truck as well. Lets us set the shock rates and the spring rates. So that way we get to the truck should be set up to where I can optimize the most out of it. We'll still have to make the small adjustments, but this gets us that big step to where we need to be. So I do all the graphics here, from everything from designing the liveries to the trucks to printing them out and then making sure they get installed. So this is where I do it all from, right here in this room. It's cramped, it's small, but it works for what we need to get done. Our machine here will print and cut the graphics out and get them ready. We typically can get a truck done in about a half of a day. So this is my Alaskan helmet. I love this helmet. I actually haven't worn it in a race yet, so this will be my first time wearing this helmet in a race. It's got the American flag, love this country, serve this country, and then it's got Alaska on it. I love Alaska, it's home. We've got the Alaskan flag here, which is a Big Dipper with the Northern Star. We've got the Northern Lights on the front here. And then we've got the tallest mountain in North America, which is Denali in Alaska. You can see it on clear sunny days. It's almost 21,000 feet tall, so it's big. Paint job on this helmet is from Off Axis. Off Axis is the premier helmet painter for NASCAR. The helmet is a Stilo STG5 composite. I love these helmets. It's got built-in communications, noise canceling headphones, and my water adapter, so everything's kind of built in. They fit nice and keep me safe. All right, so this is our cup section of our shop. So inside we've got a couple of our cup cars and we've got a couple super speedway trucks. Let's go inside, check them out. All right, so here are two cup cars. This car here, the number 26 Toyota TRD, is driven by Daniel Kvyat. Daniel is from Russia, races in Formula One. He's come over and raced 2 races for us this year in the cup car at Indy Road Course and the Roval here in Charlotte. The 27 behind me is driven by Loris Hesmans. He's driven all year for us, all the road courses. He is also from somewhere in Europe. He is the NASCAR Euro champion. So he's come over and raced some trucks, some Xfinity, and this year started racing in the Cup Series. His father is one of the owners of the Cup team as far as the money side goes. So really good guy, good driver. Definitely made some really good gains this year with him behind the wheel. The 27 car, I spot the road courses in Cup, so that car I have a little connection with as far as I'm the spotter for it. Here behind me is one of our super speedway trucks. This truck was raced at Talladega by Jason White. It actually didn't make the race, but it typically would have raced Talladega. It's purpose built for the super speedways, so it only races Daytona and Talladega in the truck series. Just the different aerodynamics that are on it and the different things that are built into it that allow it to be a super speedway truck. So the red wheels on here, if you're a NASCAR fan, might look familiar. They're actually off Joey Logano's Cup car. We bought his old Cup car from last year that he raced as a show car that we lease out to other drivers if they have obligations for a show car. That car is currently sitting in storage, but these are the wheels off of Joey Logano's Cup car.
Yeah. All right, what do we got, Keith?
All right, so for those of you that know, and maybe some of that you don't, this is the barn that they built Cole Trickle's race car in the movie Days of Thunder. And it's literally, we had to drive way out here. We're like probably 60 miles away from civilization. There's definitely not a Best Buy and everything right across the street. We're way out in the middle of nowhere. So now they just build Bobcats inside of it, is what it looks like.
You know who owns this thing?
No idea who owns it. I've lived here for 2 years in Mooresville, and I've driven by this thing all the time, right? And never clicked. I always knew that the Days of Thunder barn was here in Mooresville, but I didn't expect it to be like right in the town of Mooresville. I thought it'd be like out in the middle of nowhere, so I never expected it to look right here. And here she is, sitting right here. So, barely standing, it looks like.
Let's scope her out, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if it's privately owned or what. I don't know. This is the owner, this is the man that made this all happen. Definitely couldn't do it without him. So grateful for this opportunity. This essentially is his truck. This is his company that he's built that I get to represent this coming week at Phoenix, and you know, couldn't be happier with this opportunity.
So we got here to Charlotte. We got to go race go-karts today. I showed Keith and Josh how it's done, and Gabe as well. I mean, it was tough, you know, staying in front of those guys lap after lap after lap. And being that I am, you know, 75 to 100 pounds heavier than all of them as well. I mean, you know, I really had a handicap, but
Definitely a natural. Like, we don't see that kind of talent often in the racing world. So it's a shame that you won't be able to continue that career because, you know, you got a career.
unless you get sick in
world.
Phoenix. If you get sick in Phoenix, then I'm going to be
It's
stepping
possible.
in and driving that truck.
This seat would
I
probably.
will be having to
would
drive
probably
this
fit you.
truck if you get sick. So,
It's yeah.
but anyway, so we raced go-karts. We went and ate some barbecue. We got to spend the day with Keith and Josh. We got to watch the crew come in and wrap it. I got to see a bunch of stuff. I got to learn a bunch of stuff that I didn't know about NASCAR. That's really cool. And we're gonna finish out the day. We got to see the Cup cars. We're gonna finish out the day watching some dirt track stuff. So we're on our way over there. So you stay classy, number 33.